Hi and welcome again to So Balanced with Sophia. So today we're going to dive into losing weight. Now, that is a journey that's so hard for so many people. I've been there myself. But I'm going to give you a few tools. I'm going to give you the few tools that I found really easy to start implementing in my own life to have a gradual change and to set myself up for success. Because we get bombarded with so much information about how to lose weight, which diet to follow. There's so many different types. Before we talk about nutrition, I think it's really important that we look at the following 4 things before we look at what we're going to eat. Because if you can get that right, like I said to you before in my first episode, it all starts with your mind and what your intention is and why you want to lose weight. You want to understand your focus and your goal. Now, if someone says to me, I need to lose 10 Ks over 3 months. Yes, it's possible, but that's going to be called a crash diet. You don't want to go for a crash diet if you want to implement gradual change that's going to be sustainable for the rest of your life. So what we're going to be looking at is we're going to start, number 1, try and get a clean canvas. So let's clear out your gut. I would always recommend people to get a dewormer or flush your gut so that you know that there's no parasites, because parasites causes blockages and it also gives you the wrong signals to the brain what your body is craving and what you need. So let's eliminate that. So deworm yourself. A lot of people don't know they have parasites, so it's important to make sure that we've eliminated that situation. Then secondly, this is a really easy one to follow, but change your plate out for a side plate. So whenever you're eating at home, when you dish up your food, use a small plate. I know it sounds silly, but it works. It's one of those things that it's such a simple tool that you can use just so that you can minimize or make sure whatever you're consuming is less than what you did before. Because when you dish up on a big plate, you're going to dish the plate full. But use a side plate and automatically the amount on your food will be less. Trust me on this one. It's a silly one, but it works. Right. So once you have tapped into eating a little bit less, so don't worry about what you're eating at the moment, just eat less of it every day. Then we're moving into the third thing. Actually connected to the small plate is choose foods that you require a knife and a fork. Because generally if you eat handheld foods, you consume it faster and it's generally not a very good choice. So think about it's just changing the way you think about food. So make sure whatever you choose to eat, you need to require a knife and a fork, and eat it with a knife and a fork in a small plate. That's step 2. Now, step 3, consider intermittent fasting. Now, if you've never done it before, I understand it can be quite challenging, but it's a very simple process. You work on a 16-8 ratio. So for 16 hours, you do not eat, and for 8 hours you do. Now, when you choose those 8 hours, it's going to be dependent on your routine. If you are working, you can really work it out so that it works according to your family, according to your work, and it's going to be the easiest way to be successful in intermittent fasting. What I normally do is I pick up my kids. I have my kids, they have after school activities. So we only get home at 6 o'clock and then we eat. So for me to stop eating before 8 o'clock is hard. So I normally just stop eating after 8 p.m. and I do not eat anything until 12 o'clock the next day. Now it's different if you have diabetes or there's a specific glucose problem in your body that you require food. I would definitely not suggest this. I will get medical advice from your doctor on how is the best way to implement intermittent fasting in your diet. But for the average person, you'll be fine. 16 hours of no eating is giving your digestive system a huge rest. It reduces inflammation and it helps you digest the food better, and you'll find that your cravings will go. So stop eating. Well, like I said, with me, I stop eating at 8 o'clock and then I don't eat anything until 12. However, I do have a coffee, and I do have a coffee with cream, and I do have a coffee with MCT oil, whichever I feel like on that day. So I would get up in the morning, have my water, have my hydration, and then I would have a coffee with a bit of cream in it. Now, some people might say, well, that's not full intermittent fasting. That works for me. That gives me a break. I know my body hasn't digested for a while, and it sees me through to consuming solid foods until 12 o'clock. And you actually don't feel overly hungry anyway by the time it hits 12. You just have to get into the routine. It takes some time. But trust me, it's much easier than what you think. So once you've eaten smaller meals and you do intermittent fasting, your stomach is gradually going to start shrinking. So when you then eat a big meal, it's going to go, my satiation stage is quicker. I get fuller quicker. And then you have to listen to your body, because this is where the change comes. Once you know that you are full, you need to stop eating, even though there's still food on your plate. And this is where the small plate comes in place, because the food should be finished. You don't want to have anything left to go and pick on. So keep that in mind when you're eating. Now, if you are working and you are going out for dinners and you're doing lunches with clients or whatever the case may be, the best way to do it is to not order the fries. So whatever you're going to order, just tell them don't bring the fries so that you don't have it in front of you, and eat whatever you would have eaten anyway. Just cut out those trans fats, because those things are poison. The trans fats, any seed oils that, especially if they're warmed up, it causes so much inflammation in your stomach and in your body that it's a natural stress response, and then your body and your metabolism struggles to metabolize. So try and keep an eye on that. That's the only thing on food that I would really want you to focus on, is just don't try and stay away from the trans fats, because it is hard to digest with that in your body. So eliminate that. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the wonderful thing of empty calories. Now, what are your empty calories? Your empty calories is the can of Coke or the soft drink or the alcohol. I understand alcohol is a difficult one to drop, and not a lot of people can do it. But if you can eliminate the extra empty calories, so choose a different drink. Don't have a vodka with lemonade, have a vodka with soda instead. You get used to it. You'll be very surprised how quickly your palate adapts. It's just about challenging yourself to make the change. Because if you challenge yourself on a daily basis to make that change, you will change, and it will get a lot easier. A lot easier. So we've got, get yourself parasite free, eat smaller portions, do the intermittent fasting, and the last one is to eliminate the empty calories. Now, also, now people would go and say, yeah, is it okay to drink a soft drink with no sugar? Absolutely not. Do not drink artificial sugars. It is, I almost want to say to you, it's worse for you. Your body is not made to digest anything artificial. Your body is supposed to digest natural stuff. I'm almost at that point to say to you, rather drink the sugar then, because your body knows what to do with sugar. So, and don't do it, but the best way to do it is just to, if you really like a fizzy drink, just start off by drinking soda water with a squeeze of lemon in it. Or have a cordial that you really like and just add less cordial in every day until your palate has adapted to the sugariness. I always used to drink coffee with sugar in it. Always. I couldn't imagine coffee without sugar. Today I only have coffee with cream, and if I have coffee with sugar, it almost revolts me. So I would definitely suggest take my advice on this and really push yourself and just challenge yourself a little bit, because you will be amazed how quickly your body adapts, especially if you have that vision and the goal in mind and your purpose of why you want to do it. Always have that at the forefront of your journey, is why you're doing this. Understand why you want to lose weight, why you want to be healthier, because that will push you harder for the change. I really hope this helps you. In terms of staying hydrated, I've got a couple of videos that you can look on my channel and see in the short videos to make like a natural hydration. I also have a video on natural parasite elimination. Just go and have a look at it. It's easy, it's not hard to follow, and see how you go. And I encourage you to stick to this and do this for a couple of months. And once you've done this for a couple of months, you will see that it's going to be a big change for you. So don't even think about the food. The food is not important at this point. We are trying to shrink your stomach. We are trying to get your hydration up and get you in a mindset where you can make more healthier choices. And then we'll start looking at the nutrition. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you next time. And if you've got any other questions, please don't hesitate to DM me. Thank you. Bye.